Hi everyone. Welcome to Friday Night Craft. I'm Vickie Kello, your independent stepping up demonstrator in Brisbane. Hi Marie. You're on early tonight. Hi Mum. All right. How's everyone's week been? Mine's been a bit hectic trying to get stuff done. It's been a bit hectic, Marie. Hi, Beck. Trying to get a few things done. I did schedule 5 blog posts though, so I'm pretty happy with that. I just now need to try and stay ahead like that. But we will see what happens. Life gets in the way all the time. So, what about everyone else? We had a busy week. Yeah. Same. So glad it's Friday. Have we all been stalking the pages of the demonstrators that have been on the incentive trip and trying to check out all the new product that's coming in the new catalogue? I have. I've decided that I need to really try really hard next year to see whether I can get on the incentive trip. Oh, Beck, nice to have the week off. Did you do anything? To try a little bit harder to get on the incentive trip for next year, because I don't like the fact that I've got to wait for so long, and you get all that additional free product. Had time. Oh, busy week for you, Marie. All right, so we might get into crafting then, have a bit of a chit chat. I do have loads of cards that I have made this week that I'll show you that will end up on blog posts and stuff going forward. Hi Christine. Hi Glenda. So yeah, if you want to jump on and say hi and share my video and comment, then you can go in the draw. Oh, I didn't get the little prize. Share the video, then you can go in the draw for a little prize for next week. So Adrian drew the random winner just before, and it's Mum. So Julie, you get to win that. So I'll bring that next card class. That you can have that. It's over there. I didn't bring it over here. So I'll pick that up and put it on the box for next week. But just by putting a comment in, and then you go in the draw for next week. So make sure you interact, have a conversation with us, ask any questions you might have. So tonight we are working on this monthly sketch that I still do. So it's the same one that I've had for the last 2 weeks. I'm just trying to bring it up. No sound, but we'll watch carefully. Oh, does everyone else have sound? Maybe something going on at your end, Christine. So this is the sketch that we're working from. Adrian's choking in the background.
Sorry.
That's what happens when he eats. So, this is the sketch that we're working from tonight. Oh, good. Maybe something's just gone a bit wrong with Christine's. Maybe can't go out and come back in. So this is the cute card we're doing tonight. So it's a bit of play on the sketch, and I've been watching some YouTube videos and stuff, and I wanted a bit of a fun fold card, so we're going to do this tonight. Oh, I'm so excited. So we get to have a play and show you that. It is super cute, Marie. I'm very pleased with how it turned out. I have been taking some of the tips I've been receiving for doing my videos with blending and colouring. So I've been taking on board a lot of those tips and practicing. So I'm feeling more and more comfortable with that, which is good. So another card that I've made, which is for a blog post in a couple of weeks. So last week we had Kat Barr was watching, and when I showed how to make the feathers, then she asked whether we still had a dream catcher in the catalogue, and unfortunately it didn't carry over. It was in last year, but it didn't carry over this year. So I went to bed that night thinking, how am I going to do this? And then I came up with this. How cute is that? Now, this is a lot of work, and I can't do it on a video for Facebook Live. I need to work out how to edit videos and fast forward, because we could be here all night. But I think it turned out super, super cute. So I made my very own dream catcher. And I attached the feathers that I made, and then I did the I'm trying to work out where my finger is, the butterflies. And then this is one of the pearlized doilies that I've just trimmed down. Do we all like that? Yes. So I was pretty pleased with how it turned out. So I'm hoping Kat Barr might come on tonight and have a look at it, because she inspired this from last week's video. But so I do have a blog post going up for that in a couple of weeks, which will show you how to make that and have more instructions on that. I'm just trying to work out where I can put these things. So I did have a bit of a play last weekend also with the Follow Your Art suite. So I don't actually have this suite, but I'll put that in a plastic sleevery. Carrie Ann has this suite, and she brought it over so we could have a play. So, and I made this one. Hunter's calling you. And then this one. So, I was pretty happy with how they turned out. It has made its way a little bit higher in my wish list since having a play with it. I do think it's super cute. So, it might end up in my craft cupboard yet. And to do a galaxy background with some blending and stuff. I'm not so good at that yet, but I found this paper that does it all for you. So, does anyone want to have a guess where this paper's from? It's in the current catalogue. And then I did try my colouring skills again, and I'm not sure you can see, but there's Winker Stella in her hair and on the moon. But where do we think this paper's from? Can we have a guess? And then I've got the silver foil. And I did use a retired punch. But, so that paper's done all the hard work. It is, Mum. It's the perennial paper. I had no idea. If you actually look on the back side of the paper, there's no flowers. It's really pretty stuff like this. Who had any idea? I'd just been focusing on all the flowers. So I was pretty impressed with that. And yes, that's right, Glenda. It is the perennial essence. I was so surprised. And then I made this fun fold card. So I don't do a lot of fun fold cards, and this is credit to Patty Bennett. So Patty did this. So she's got a blog post on the 28th of April 2019. I did alter her measurements slightly because our cardstock size is different in Australia to America. So I did have to alter the measurements a little bit. But I made this. So you open this up. And then that opens. And then that opens. I'm trying to work out where I am on the camera. So, and that's using the perennial essence then too. So I was pretty happy with how that turned out. But yes, thank you very much, Patty Bennett, for the instructions. I would never have got that myself. But that's all right. Now I need to tie that bow again to put that card away. Okay. So the other thing, I have been very busy actually now that I see all these cards. I should probably save some till next week because I'm not sure I'll get time to make this many next week. But we'll see. So this came in the post. My order arrived, and so it was high on my wish list, but funds don't always allow us to order our wish list all at once. So I've had to be strategic, and I finally got this. So I'm super happy. So as soon as I got it, I had to have play. Velcro dots be easier. Then the ribbon. Yes, it probably would, Mum. Maybe not look as nice though. So I started playing, and this was inspired a bit by Dawn Griffiths. Her swaps for the Greece trip, and Poodles, or Sam Hammond. She did a similar card as well, but I changed it up, and this is my casing of them. So that's the Purple Posy, and this is the Seaside Spray, the Terracotta Tile, the Rococo Rose. Hi, Karen. And the Pretty Peacock. So they came together really quickly this afternoon, actually, after I finished work. So that's using this stamp set. It is super cute. I really like this. I think I'm going to get a lot of use out of this. So now I just need to get myself some room to play with the card that we're making tonight. So I'll flip you around. Hi Gail, thanks. Thanks for sharing. Now, for one card, there is a lot of elements required on this. Why have I got so far over? But it comes together and it is quite easy. It just needs a lot of supplies. Hi Karen, hi Chrissy. Thanks for sharing, guys. So now that we've flipped around, this is the card we're making tonight. So I will try and clean up just a little bit now that I've spread everything out. So we are doing a bit of heat embossing tonight as well. So when I first wanted to put this card together, because I was cleaning up my craft room last week and I found my Dazzling Diamonds. Does anybody else remember Dazzling Diamonds? They're still current, but I haven't seen anybody use Dazzling Diamonds forever. So I don't think it's a product that many people are using very often these days. Anyway, I tried to work out how I was going to incorporate Dazzling Diamonds because I wanted to use the cloud stencil and my newfound technique of blending. But my first thought was that I would stencil with some Tombow onto a white piece of cardstock. Let me just get this. So I'd stencil on here with a white, with some Tombow, and then I'd glitter the, put the Dazzling Diamonds on, which is just the glitter, the superfine glitter. But then I thought, then I need to blend the background and it's going to pull all the glitter off and that's going to be messy and I'm going to get glitter in my ink. But did you notice in the new catalogue, Stampin' Up has brought out shimmer white embossing paste or embossing powder. So it's got so much sparkle to it that that's what I decided to use. And look, it worked a treat. So it's like Emboss Resist, but it's got sparkle and it doesn't come out. So I thought that was a fabulous idea. Still didn't use my Dazzling Diamonds, but it kind of looks like I did. So, oh Chrissy, you've never used them. Oh, I used to use them years and years ago, but haven't used them for a while and they feel like they've been sitting in my cupboard and just neglected. Now I'm going to try something a little bit different to what I did when I built this card and just do a little bit of stamping first and see whether, because I did try and get some grass little bits, but they kind of wiped off a little bit. So because I was stamping after I coloured. So I'm going to try stamping beforehand, see whether that makes a difference. So this is just a little grass knobbly bit. Get the clean side of the paper. And I'm just randomly stamping. I do have a bit of a frame that's going around this, so it doesn't matter too much, but thanks Chrissy. I have had, this was one of my first purchases over the moon because it was, I loved the pigs so much last year that I had to have the cows, but this is actually the first time that I've inked it up, which is a little bit sad. So, but I got a little bit excited with it. Alright, so to do the embossed background, we'll do that first now that I've done a little bit of stamping. just lay your, so these are the party pattern or the pattern party stencils. They come 4 in a pack. Here, I did get them. Pattern party decorative masks they are. So you get 4 in a pack and they're only $10, so they're pretty economical. And you get the bricks, you get the diamonds, and you get this floral emblem design, plus the clouds. So you can add them to your wish list. Now you could mask this or like stick some washi tape down so you're guaranteed that it's not going to move. I'm pretty okay that it's not going to move. So then I've got my Versamark. So you need to get your Versamark ink, and I am just going to hold the stencil in place and just smush the Versamark over. No rhyme of reason, just kind of smushing it down. Make sure you get pretty good coverage. And put the lid on Versamark because it's sticky ink. And then you can just get a baby wipe. We'll just move that to the side. A baby wipe and wipe that stencil. And that's it. If you use like the embossing paste or something like that, often the baby wipe won't lift it. You need a bit of soapy water. But if you're just using Versamark, simple as. Nice cleaning. Okay, so I'm just going to fold my scrap piece of paper here to give me a bit of a funnel when and this is why you use Versamark, because it stays sticky for a long time. And look how sparkly that is. So I have had some glitter embossing powders in the past, and the glitter is so rough that it doesn't leave a smooth coverage or anything. This doesn't actually do that. It's quite a good glitter. Now, if I wanted to be really pedantic, I could move those bits, or I could have used my embossing buddy before I stuck my stencil down, so I didn't have those little flyaway bits, but I'm okay with that. Now we want to put this back in the jar. So the new embossing powders in this catalogue are the this shimmer white, and that's got a shimmer black as well. I haven't used the shimmer black, and I'm going to throw that bit in the bin so I don't get glitter everywhere, that bit of scrap. Now we're going to turn the heat gun on, so it will get a bit noisy. And you can tell when it's cooked enough because it goes from like a creamy colour to a white colour. And I think that's all done. I still ended up with a bit of glitter on my second layer. So that's all done. and you just run your finger over it. You can tell, like, there's no loose bits, it's all cooked, it's all in there, and that glitter's not going to move. Love it. Oh, I might have another bit there. That's cooked now. All right. So some tips that I got last week or the week before when I was trying to do some blending was that perhaps I should get some glycerol or glycerin. I sent my husband to get some glycerin. Couldn't find any, so we went to the chemist. And the chemist said, if you're using it for craft, then you can just have glycerol. It's the product before glycerin. Glycerin is just sweeter. So for cooking and stuff like that, you want glycerin because it's sweeter. But this is what you can use beforehand. And it worked a treat, so I'm happy with it. It comes in a big bottle. So and it's childproof, so I struggle to get it open. But I've got a Nurofen syringe because I have a 4-year-old and I've got thousands of these. And then I've just got my silicone mat here. So yeah, my silicone craft sheet. And that's just so that I can stick the ink onto that. Now I do find, because this is the older style ink pad, it's not quite as juicy. I am slowly replacing to my new ink pads, but this one is still an old style. So I'm using tonight Pear Pizzazz and Balmy Blue. So I'm just going to stick the Balmy Blue on this side too. Now try not to merge them too much on this mat, but you can have the two down, and you probably don't need as much ink as I've put on there, but better have too much than not enough. So then we just dip the syringe in, and we only seriously need like a drop. Wouldn't you be better with refills? Yes, but I think that could get messy. So I'm just done one drop on each, and I've just mixed that completely. Whoa. Good thing I've got some baby wipes here. We're going to put the lid on this before I make too much more of a mess with that. And then I've got the sponges, because that was a another tip from Deb McLean last week or the week before, saying that our craft sponges, these come in a pack of 3, I think that's what they're called, craft sponges or something. They're a full circle, and I've just cut 2 chunks off it. And they come in a pack of 3. These work better for blending than compared to the Daubers. So I'm going to start with my Sky, and I'm just going to bring my other scrap paper so I don't destroy this new piece completely under here. So got my Balmy Blue, and you just pick up a bit of the glycerin with the ink and start moving across in like a circular motion, but it just blends so much easier. This makes it look and feel so much easier to do than what I've done in the past. So I might actually enjoy blending a bit more now that I've found this glycerin technique. It certainly helps spread the ink and slide it across more, and then you can just add more colour where you want more colour. I know, Karen, how easy does this make it look? And it is easy. It's not hard. It's so much easier. If you watched my video a couple of weeks ago, you'll see how much I struggled with this. So this is brilliant. Is it sticky? Let's get another baby wipe first before I stick my hand in it. No, it's just, I think because it's less refined than glycerin, it's not sticky, it's just a bit slimy.
Oily.
Oily, that's the word. Just glides along there. I love it. So then we get a new ink, a new sponge with the green, which is the Pear Pizzazz, and we do the same thing. Pick up the ink. Now, I did find I needed to, what about on the card, any transfer? I'll test that in a minute, Karen, when I finish. I did find I did leave a fingerprint in my other one. So I'm just going to put a piece of paper, it's actually the Silicon Craft matte holder on there. And then blend. And this is staying, so the stamping that I've done first is now staying more on the cardstock. Because this is just normal Whisper White, it's not glossy or anything like that, it's just normal Whisper White. And that ink is now staying there, whereas if you have a look at the other card that I did, because I blended first and then added the ink later, the ink kind of moved. It didn't stay on there, it was like smudging. See? So if you're going to stamp, you need to stamp first. Now, let's have a look. Is it sticky? No, but the card does have a bit, it is a bit oily. So if I stuck my finger in that more, I'll stick it on the edge, you can see my fingerprint on that corner there. I'm going to cover that over. So you would need to, I don't think even drying that with a heat tool will help that. I think that's going to be the effect that you're going to get. But I think this type of card where you kind of cover it, the outside, then just pop these up, works well for this because you're not actually touching that card front. So good questions. What's it called again? This is glycerol, but glycerine works as well. So some people have glycerine in their cupboards. I'm not much of a cook, so I don't have anything like this in my cupboard. But the chemist was saying to my husband, glycerol is the product before glycerine, and this isn't sweet, whereas glycerine is sweet. But we couldn't find glycerine. But this works a treat too. Super impressed by that. So I'm going to have to send Deb, yes, bubbles. How good would that be? Deb McLean, email and tag her in this video and say thank you very much. So, and then to just clean this silicone mat, again, baby wipe it, or you could wash it with soapy water. But that is all done and dusted and cleaned up. Might just get one more baby wipe just to make sure I got all that ink off, because sometimes you can't see it on there. But that is all ready then for next time. And they're in the that's in the tools section or something in the catalogue, right at the back of the catalogue. So now that I've done that, what I did already have these. So I have used these stitched rectangle frames so often that I have 10,000 of these lying around, and I don't want to throw them out because they're card front size. So I thought this would be good to, it did get a bit squished in my paper bag, to stick down that just to frame it a little bit and hide any messy outside bits. So that's what I'm going to do. But before we do that, because I did turn this into a bit of a fun fold card, we need to stamp our cow on here. Are they Australian size? I've only used them for the inside, Karen, not for the outside, but let me get them. There is thousands of them. I don't know. The largest one nah, they're too short for a card front for us. You could cut your card down, but the card front size that I use, they're too long. Oh, my cardstock is too long. So if you're happy with a bottom bit, you'd be able to put a sentiment down the bottom. Those Mother's Day cards that we made with those butterflies in that class that everyone didn't like, that was the, I used that for the card front. So you can see how much of a gap there was in those, Karen. So we've got our Memento ink ready to stamp our cow. So this is the set Over the Moon. So we get 3 cows in here, and we get some sentiments. So we're going to stamp our cow with the flower. I didn't like the stick. Yeah. And stamping in our Memento ink, so make sure we ink her up good. And then line that up, and I'll just put a dirty fingerprint on that. Do that. And then we'll stamp our sentiment. So in the last card I did You're Utterly Fantastic. This one I might do as Over the Moon for You. Pop that on. Now we don't want to stick this at the top because I've made it a bit of a fun fold card. We need to make sure we stamp that down a bit. So I've cut this out from the nested dies, the nested label dies I think they're called. The ones that go with the Bird Ballad suite, and this is the largest of those. Now, to get the fun fold, we need to bring in our ruler. And I've stamped that sentiment very crooked now that I've turned that, but anyway. And line up, can we see that? Line up the corner to the corner. and score. So I've just got my bone folder. Just scored that a couple of times. And then we're just going to fold that and burnish that. The more we burnish that, the more likely we are to get a flatter fold, and even that's a bit crooked. God, I've got a wok eye tonight. Let's try that again. See whether we can move that over a little bit, because that's going to look funny. Okay, I think that's as good as I'm going to get it tonight. And I've smudged that a little bit. So now we can colour her in. I've got my basic black dark and I'm going to colour the spots in. Going to colour her nostril or her face bit here in light petal pink. And I'll do her a little bit of the hair and the inside of the ears. Oh, I did the hooves too in the pink. So does everyone like the cows? Do you think the cows make your wish list? This is light mossy meadow for the green leaves. And we've got dark lovely lipstick for the flower. Yes, they're super cute, aren't they, Maria? Love them. Nice, Karen. I love them too. I loved the pigs last year and I have used them a little bit, but I think the cows are a little bit cuter than the pigs. Love the cows. They are super cute, aren't they? Okay, and then so I've done her the little gum boots in the lovely lipstick as well, the dark lovely lipstick. Now, if you've got some talent with colouring, you could try and shade and blend and stuff. I don't. I just have one colour colouring. And then I've just got Pineapple Punch for the centre. And there I've just left her white. Then. Yes, Karen, they're super cute, aren't they? So, we need to now stick some tape on the back of our frame. Where have I lost my tape? And they're easy to colour, and I've seen some beautiful colouring with lots of different colour cows, brown cows and white cows and things, so you can change it up. All my cows are white cows with black spots. I just keep it simple. didn't want to overcomplicate things too much. Okay. So work out that this is going to be the top, and so we just need to center this on there, and now you can tell it's really crooked, but that's all right. And how talented was that? I didn't even try, but it doesn't come out. You can't see it with that little fold there. So, and then just line, oh, I've got to take the rest of the tape off that, otherwise that's not going to stick anything down. Just line that up. Didn't do too bad. Everything's a bit crooked tonight. Now we need some more tape to stick this one down to the card. So, and see how that kept flipping up? So that was annoying me because I wanted it to sit a bit flatter than that. But I've already tied a bow, so you don't have to watch me do that. But then this ribbon went round, and I just got a glue dot. This is the lovely lipstick gross grain ribbon. This is my second roll of it. I love it. I've gone through so much of it. So I've just had that all the way around, stuck a glue dot in the middle there, and just going to stick it halfway, and then fold this around and stick it halfway and get my ribbon scissors and trim off that excess. And it's not going to matter too much because we've got another glue dot and sticking the bow on. So we're going to stick that bow down there. And we might just trim those tails so we can see that sentiment. Isn't that cute? So I do already have, you don't have to sit here and watch me colour, 2 more cows, which we'll stick on with dimensionals. If I can find them. So have you all managed to see some of the new product from those demonstrators that were lucky to go to the incentive trip? I did share a bit of a trivia thing on my page with the new catalogue. Whoops. And then just going to poke him up there. Now, because that wasn't sitting flat, I decided I wanted to, because that looks like a daisy to me, so I've added the daisy here. So this is the daisy from Daisy Lane. and I just used the medium one because we didn't want something overpowering and taking over the card. And this is the medium punch. So I've stamped this in lovely lipstick already, and then when you get the matching punch, you just line it up and punch it out. Makes it so easy. No need to fussy cut. I did have to fussy cut the cows, unfortunately, but they're big shapes and they're nice and easy, so it's okay. So then we just layer the daisy, so have punch out 2 and off center them, and then just get your bone folder and just pull up the petals just a little bit. Don't do it too hard because you'll rip the petals off. They're only stuck. Do the cows have to? No, they don't, Karen. Gotta fussy cut them. Okay, so just be gentle when you're flipping up the petals because you don't want to pull them right off. Although I have seen some people on YouTube or Pinterest come up with some very creative cards where that's happened, and I'm sure it was a mistake to start with, but they've fixed it. And I've just stuck that down so that you can lift this up and then back under, and it sits there. Scan and cut then. I'm excited about the new cat. It looks very exciting. Love doing Christmas. Oh, Glenda, it's the best time of year, isn't it? So then I've just finished it off with these self-adhesive sequins and just stuck a couple, might stick, trying to hide some of these smudges. Might do 5 this time. And 1 down here. And then I did do a bit of Wink Stella. Yes, I'm super excited about the catalogue. There looks to be a few punches. Which I do like the punches. They are nice and quick. So Wink Stella, the flower and the boots. And then I'm going to Wink Stella the daisy. Now, after you've Wink Stellaed something with a bit of colour in it like this, you will need to make sure you clean your Wink Stella brush before you use it on something else, because it will be quite pink. And you don't want to Wink Stella something white and leave pink smears everywhere. So you just clean it off like that. All good. Wink Stella is done. So this was the card. Tap that back in under there. That I made as my sample, and then this is the one we made tonight. I'm interested in the snow globe. I haven't even seen the snow globe, Glenda. You've seen something I haven't. Oh, that looks sounds very interesting. So do we like the cows? Super pleased how they turned out. Excellent. All right, everyone. Well, that's my cards for tonight. So there's a blog post that should go up tomorrow, possibly, for this with instructions, and then I'll get Adrian to transfer this video over to YouTube. So he's already pinned the link to YouTube. If you haven't subscribed to YouTube, please go across to YouTube and subscribe and like my videos. That would be lovely. And then also, if you haven't subscribed to my newsletter, I send out a newsletter once a month with some information and some details of my card classes. I think so it'd be great if you want to keep up to date with some specials and products that we're running and things like that, you pop over to my blog and sign up for the newsletter. But thank you very much for joining, and if you want to purchase any Stampin' Up products, please, you can do that online on my shop at, I'll pop up the link for that. You can do that anytime, and if the order's under $250, then make sure you use the host code and you'll get a small gift. If it's over $250, then don't use the host code because you'll get the Stampin' Rewards yourself. Or if you are not sure on how to order online, then contact me and I can help you through that. So thanks everyone for watching, and I'll see you next week. Bye.